You registered an FIR against a person related to a ruling party.
There was one MLA who committed a murder on the day of the cooperative elections. The DGP came there and said, why did you register a case? I said, that is the law.
M.V Krishna Rao sir, many people look up to him because he's one IPS officer who's always chosen conscience over comfort and never compromised on his core values. The Commissioner of Police for Hyderabad, Mr. Nara Chandrababu Naidu garu, he is interviewed about 4 IPS officers.
There was a law passed called AP Fire Services Act. That act was not enforced. So I started enforcing it, giving notices to builders. Why do you want to disturb me, sir? I am quite happy. I am not very glamorous of being the Hyderabad Police Commissioner. All jobs are the same. Sometimes you are in limelight.
Did you get an order from the Home Ministry or you did?
No. In fact, we did not keep anybody informed. The CM came to know, what is this? You arrested my MLA without informing. Sir, if I tell you, you will simply say, don't arrest him. Then I am duty bound to obey you. In fact, Telgi was involved in 7 different states.
Sri Narendra Modi. He made an announcement that he is going to visit Hyderabad city.
Sir, you have 2 options. Go back in the next flight. You are arresting? I didn't use the word arrest. Then he came with a headline. Modi vaste bedi ilu.
One of your batchmate, Umesh Chandra IPS, shot dead or kidnapped or killed by Naxalites.
Dr. Rajasekhar did not have a single case against him. They are not interested in too much of lawlessness.
Why are you making such controversial statements? Sir, and whenever there are discussions within the department and outside, Krishna Rao sir's family or the M.V family, there are many civil servants. So could you just give us a brief overview about how many civil servants are there? Like people say it is a family of civil servants.
About 17 of them.
17. 17 civil servants from your family.
Yes. But some of them are by marriage. Some of them are those who are probably inspired by eldest brother. Like Mr. Bhaskar Rao's son-in-law is a retired chief secretary of Meghalaya.
Okay.
His wife is the chief of entire traffic of South Central Railway. She belongs to the
IRTS.
Indian Railway Traffic Service. Then I have another brother who is a major in the army. His son-in-law belongs to the Uttarakhand cadre of the IAS. He is the chief electoral officer and secretary animal husbandry in the government of Uttarakhand, Dehradun. My father-in-law happens to be the very first IPS officer from our place.
He was also later the union minister.
He was a minister in P.V. Narasimha Rao's cabinet for. Okay. After retirement, he became a member of parliament for one day.
Yes.
And within one day, P.V. Narasimha Rao made him a minister. He's a 1955 batch IPS officer. He retired as DGP. So then my 2 sisters-in-law, that is my wife's 2 younger sisters, are married to IAS officers. Like that, my Mrs. Bhaskar Rao's younger sisters are also married to IPS officers.
Okay.
Like that, there are so many IAS, IPS. But these are all God's grace.
Yes.
Each one is meritorious. And somehow they became one big family.
So when you guys socialize, so do you discuss about governance and administrative aspects, or it is only strictly family time?
Mostly family time, because everybody knows that the times have changed phenomenally. When my brother joined in 1962, the chief minister would rarely disturb his district superintendent of police or a police commissioner.
Yes.
By the time I joined service, Mr. Bengal Rao was the chief minister, very polite. He was also my MLA. I was later ASP Kottagudam, which is now a district by itself.
Yes.
It was part of Khammam district.
Yes.
He was my MLA. And very respectful. There is no question of anybody ill-treating. The slow transformation started in 1978. 77, Indira Gandhi lost the elections. Janata Party came to power. And we had, for the first time, a somewhat tough chief minister called Mr. Dr. Channa Reddy. He was the first man to have taken some liberties, but he was also quite polite. In fact, he was once again Chief Minister in 1989, by which time I was the police commissioner of Visakhapatnam. This gradual marginalization of a civil servant, including the police officers, who are actually officers of law, not so much under the ruling party. It has taken place in the last 3 decades. And therefore, right now, the role of a police commissioner or a superintendent of police is very different from what it was. When I was SP Hyderabad in 1980-81, the chief minister never spoke to me. The home minister only came to my district once. No phone calls, nothing at all. They let us do our job as per whatever is the law, the land, and everybody was equal. And we had no newspapers also. In fact, the first time I saw a correspondent was Naidu correspondent of Mancherial in 1981. Otherwise, we had one English newspaper correspondent in Nizamabad, which was a neighboring district of Adilabad. He would come once in a month and simply call on us and say anything. We would say no news. Then he would go back. Now, the amount of, because of the media explosion, as well as social media, as well as the wireless, the cell phones and all that, you hardly are allowed to do your job. Before you can even go to a scene of crime, there will be 100 calls. And there will be inquiries as to what is the line of action you are likely to take, whether you would be helpful to the ruling party or not. And in case you are not helpful, then they plan to have you replaced, substituted by somebody else. So this is a different era. So we don't talk much about governance and all that, because there's hardly any governance. It's all ad hocism. The chief minister has to survive. So he takes all decisions from a very, very short perspective. He just wants to know whether he'll be there as chief minister at least a month later. That's all. They're not too bothered about what will happen to India 10 years hence or 20 years hence. That is all not possible now, especially at the level of a chief minister.
So you mentioned that you were the commissioner of police for the Vizag city.
5 years.
Yes, sir.
I survived 3 chief ministers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was, in fact, a period where you also faced a situation where you registered an FIR against a person related to a ruling party.
That was as SP of Prakasham district,
Okay.
86.
Acha, acha.
Yeah, I had to. There was one MLA who committed a murder on the day of the cooperative elections. So somehow by then, the chief minister was influenced by his son-in-law, who is now the present chief minister of Andhra Pradesh. So he was not a minister as such, but that MLA was close to him. So the DGP came there and said, why did you register a case? I said, that is a law. If there is a complaint, and the complainant was the same party,
Yes, sir.
ruling party, and he was Zilla
They
Parishad
were all
chairman.
actually related people, right?
They were actually
Relatives.
same political party,
Yeah, same family
caste.
also.
So I said the law says very clearly, if there is a complaint, irrespective against whom, I'm duty bound to register a case and investigate.
But Vizag also, one home minister.
There
Yes,
was
sir.
one home minister from
Yes.
Kadapa.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes.
he was very unhappy that the MLA of Visakhapatnam 2 constituency, who was a student, Chiala of his strong man has beaten up somebody with an iron rod, and therefore there were 7 sutures. That victim naturally came to the police station and complained, and we registered a case. The MLA said, you cannot register a case. I said, who are you to tell me? You should have controlled your rowdies. They have taken law into their hands. So then the Home Minister called. He said, you at least transfer that sub-inspector who registered the case. I said, how can I transfer, sir? After all, he followed the law and I was supervising the case. I can't sacrifice him. If you want, you transfer me also. He went to the chief minister, but the chief minister didn't transfer him.
Yes.
One Mr. Vijay Reddy was the chief minister.
Hmm.
So then Home Minister was very unhappy. But eventually, I was promoted from the rank of DIG after 5 years to the rank of an IG. So that was promotion and automatically transfer because that post was only a DIG rank. Those days in
Yes.
1993, it was only a DIG rank.
So when you were taking such kind of decisions, when there was political pressure, so wouldn't you feel like I might undergo a transfer, or there could be some loop line post which I'm given? So
Yeah.
in that situation, what was your frame of mind?
Yeah, actually, I already faced by 86
Yes.
the sudden transfer. It's okay. And loop line, actually, prior to going there to Vizag in 88, I was DIG of CID.
Okay.
So I was willing to go back to CID or intelligence or something like that. So there is no particular fascination for a field posting. You could be in any post. It's all the same as far as financial benefits are concerned. And we had no other consideration. I always lived up to what you could afford from my salary. Nothing more. I didn't anticipate any extra remuneration for anything. So I was quite happy.
Yes, sir. So, like after your posting in Vizag, after a few years, there was a search for the Commissioner of Police for Hyderabad, right? At that time, the then Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Mr. Nara Chandrababu Naidu garu, he's interviewed about 4 IPS officers.
Yeah. And,
personally.
And one of them was senior to me. Mr.
Yes.
Kumawat was senior to me
Yes.
for 2 years.
Yes, sir. So, and then after the interaction and interview, he has selected you. In fact, you were reluctant given the earlier incident with their party.
No, not only that. I was enjoying, by then I was Director General of Fire Services. And that was a job where there was a lot of things to do. National Building Code was being violated. And during my predecessor's time, there was a law passed called AP Fire Services Act. That act was not enforced. So I started enforcing it, giving notices to builders and also insisting that architects should comply with the National Building Code and so many other things. So I was enjoying that job. So I said, why do you want to disturb me, sir? I'm quite happy. I'm not very glamorous of being the Hyderabad Police Commissioner.
Because many people actually scout for that post, right?
Yeah, that's true. That depends on
individual perspective.
See, all jobs are the same. Sometimes you are in limelight. Maybe you would appear in the newspaper frequently. Maybe the media is after you. But the role clarity is always there.
What was the conversation between you and the Chief Minister there?
I said, I'm very happy, sir. Don't disturb me. He said, no. I'm considering you along with 3 others. I'll be happy if I'm not selected. He said, why? I said, I don't think I should interrupt my experimentation with the Fire Services Department. I'm enjoying. The job content is very good. And moreover, I won't be useful to you at all politically.
So you were very clear about that.
So he said, no, I don't need your help. I'll get elected, re-elected. I don't need police. I'll get elected because of what I do. So, sir, I can't come and see you every day. I said, you don't have to see me. Then I had no answer. So I said, I leave it to
he's made up his mind until then, I guess.
I don't know. Maybe he thought that at that time he had a headache with the MIM and others. He wanted somebody who was a little more straightforward and not leaning towards. He had an alliance. He was an NDA member. So he had an alliance with the BJP overbearing. And MIM was doing a lot of violent acts. So he wanted somebody who was tough on both sides. So, and therefore, he probably, I must say, either tolerated me or endured me or picked me up as useful.
Yes, sir. But the situation in which you were posted, it was actually the post Gujarat or the Godhra riot situation.
Immediately after, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Immediately after that, there was communal sensitivity,
Yeah.
and Hyderabad was always prone to communal
In fact,
riots.
one of our police stations called
was,
Bhavani Nagar, it was
yes,
attacked and burnt,
yeah, it was burnt, set ablaze.
set on fire.
Yes, sir. So in that situation, what was your strategy to tackle the communal situation and the tensions?
Oh, initially I didn't know anything at all because though I studied and I'm a resident of Hyderabad, I was always in this modern part, not the old city. So I had no idea at all about either Islam or MIM. Fortunately, my first additional police commissioner was one Mr. Arvind Rao. He knew
He later
Urdu.
became the DGP.
Yeah, he retired as DGP.
Yes.
So he was my right hand man, number one after me. So he said, "Don't worry, sir. I know Urdu, so I'll act as a bridge." About a couple of months later, he was transferred as director of the police academy, and Mr. A.K. Khan was posted there. A.K. Khan is that way very, very talented in both Telugu communications as well as Urdu communication.
Yes, sir.
He was a devout Muslim.
True.
So I used to call him affectionately my minister for Muslim affairs. So he is the one who taught me how to give speeches in Urdu, how to wear sherwanis, how to befriend the Muslim community by having frequent meetings with them. And there were many occasions when I would visit some of their, you can say, some kind of dargahs. Strict Islam forbids this dargahs and all that.
Sufism actually.
Sufism, it permits.
Yes.
Therefore, I could build some bridges with the Muslim community, and eventually the success will go to everybody. I had a task force additional commissioner called Iqbal, who later became MLC and all that. He's from Kadapa.
Yes.
So there were a good number of Muslim advisors to me. And I patiently learnt about Islam, about the Rashidun Caliphate, about the difference between Sunnis and Shias, and how the Waqf board is dominated by the Sunnis and Wahhabism, all kinds of things. During my tenure, I had to do a lot of homework by learning about Islam and all that.
So going by what you said, like practically policing is not just about, the strictness of the danda. It is also the proactive relationship building which is necessary.
Very, very correct. You have to plan. Plan for months. So, since these are two warring parties, very unlikely to become friendly, you have to be acceptable to both and be accessible to both.
Okay.
So, I never went home before around 12 midnight. Till 12 midnight, I was in the office only.
Okay.
And anybody could see me without appointment. Any rickshawala, anybody could he could be a Muslim, he could be a Hindu, just walk in and say, "These are my grows."
Okay, you've given them so much of access.
Anybody, poor man. So consequently, it became very easy for ordinary people to come to me. And whenever there was injustice or indifference at any police station, I would immediately call that concerned inspector on the wireless set and say, "Has so-and-so come to you with a grievance?" He said, "Yes, sir. Would you like to look at that grievance once again in another 10 minutes? I'll send him to you. Or would you like to straight away register a case and investigate?" Naturally, he would prefer a second look at the grievance. So he said, "No, please send him, sir. I'll look into it." And the problem is solved. Once the station house officer is interested in solving something, it is solved. No problem at all. So that way the number of visitors per day will slowly come down. Because they know that the SHOs are fully aware that if I don't look into his grievance, they'll directly go to the commissioner of police. So I might as well look at it. So that in my estimate, that fellow will have a positive image. So, and since nobody interfered with my postings, I could remove an SHO and inspector just like that. Once I found one Begumpet inspector of police not doing what he was asked to do the previous evening.
Okay.
So there was some delay on his part. So I called somebody in the control room. When did you last hold charge of a police station? He said, no, sir, never. Nobody ever gave me a police station. Go now and take charge of Begumpet. No orders, nothing except oral. He went and took charge. And I was still traveling to the Purani Haveli, my office.
Okay.
So he said, sir, I have taken charge. Okay, orders will follow. That's it. So that is the kind of independence the Chief Minister allowed. And the Home Minister also, Mr. Devendra Gaud.
Yes.
A lot of freedom they gave.
So you struck a delicate balance between different political parties and also different religious communities per se.
Yeah. See, first of all, it is a crown of thorns. This Commissioner of Police, you hardly sleep at about 1 a.m. You go to bed, and by 6, you have your teleconference. You have to speak to your 18 Deputy Commissioners of Police. You have to plan for the assembly if it is in session. The CM would come by about 8 o'clock. And the Home Minister has to be briefed if there is a question relating to police. And I have to go there to see that everything is all right by 7:30 a.m. By then, I have to finish the teleconference. And there may be a procession and sometimes when the assembly is in session, there will be some protesting group who want to submit a memorandum. So you have to organize it and make sure that the troublemakers are arrested. So they are arrested depending on to which party they belong. In fact, I had one DCP North Zone by name Mr. Ramachandra Raju. He was the Chief Security Officer of Reddy. So he knew all Congress politicians. So if a Congress politician had to be arrested, I would tell him, you go and arrest him. So he would say, Mir Nata Vachendi, please come with me and sit down in my office, have a cup of tea. I'll release you in the evening. So he was so very skillful in detaining Congress politicians. So similarly, some other. So like that, we had to choose the right man for the right job. Otherwise, it becomes a big nuisance. So we would allow only the actual office bearers to go and give a representation. The CM had a chamber, an office-like thing in the assembly, legislative assembly. So he would go there, 2-3 people.
Okay.
Mr. F.C. Prasad, the then Principal Secretary to Chief Minister, he would be told that this is the representation. So the CM would be briefed as to what is the grievance. So he would have already taken some kind of a remedial action. So by the time the representation has been submitted, he says, no, we already acted on it. And so it's preempted.
Talking about the cases and the arrests, sir, like where do you get this intelligence from or the information from? So how does this police intelligence work? You were also with the CID and also you were with the intelligence department.
I was 3.5 years I was in the State
Intelligence Bureau. So what is the methodology that the department indulges in to collect information, collate it, and also make it more concretized?
Of course, at the national level, there is a big intelligence bureau.
Yes, sir.
But they only mention like Khalistani movements, trends and all that. There is a state intelligence of which I was a part for 3.5 years.
Okay.
That looks into state level problems. Supposing there's a farmers' agitation or there are cane growers' agitation or like in Nizamabad frequently has this turmeric people agitating like that, tobacco growers, etc. But in Hyderabad city, we have our own Deputy Commissioner of Police with lots of Urdu knowing people who read all this siyasat and all these newspapers. Every morning, they brief us at that 6 a.m. This is what has been said by so-and-so. This is their grievance. This is their grouse. So they are likely to take a procession. Or today is a Friday, and they will all gather at Makkah Masjid, and the MIM chief would go and address them. At that time, the MP was Salahuddin. So we are fully prepared. And if there is a need we will request somebody who's close to, for example, Asad. Asaduddin Owaisi was MLA chairman those days.
True that.
So,
Father was the MP, he was the MP.
So his presence in Makkah Masjid would be a great boost to agitators.
True.
So we would go and tell him, Aaj ke liye, you go and there is one another mosque near what is that second-hand books and all that are sold. You know that white that is Noor Khan Bazaar. There is why don't you quietly go and pray there instead of coming to? So they would wait for him at Makkah Masjid, and if he is not there, then the usual. There is a prayer, and before that, there is what is called a takrir. A takrir is a speech in which they talk about all kinds of political things. So that takrir is what inflames them.
Yes.
That makes them very passionate, and they feel like attacking somebody.
Yeah, they might become reactive.
So that takrir, if given by somebody who is very
politically charged,
and whose votes are guaranteed, the more passionate his electorate becomes, the better it is for him. So we would request him, aaj ke liye aap wahan mat jao.
Okay. So, like, precisely, if you could tell, how does the intelligence operate, sir? State intelligence
we have friends
department.
Everywhere. You see,
yeah, how are the friends made, and what kind of friends do you make? So there could be something intricate about it. So if you could briefly tell, like, what is the methodology and how it is layered around, because information is plenty. There's plenty of information.
That is open
how
source.
Do you?
We need some. Yeah. We need to have our own man in that organization.
Yes, sir.
So what happens, for example,
from a systematic perspective, if you could put it across for the viewers.
It's called in the field of intelligence, there is a subject called tradecraft.
Tradecraft. Okay.
Tradecraft. In that, you have a topic called agent running. Okay. You need to have your man in the targeted organization. It can be Naxalites. It can be Jamaat-e-Islami, it can be Vishwa Hindu Parishad, it can be RSS, etc. So what happens is, for example, I was SP Hyderabad.
Somebody like you're covert into that system.
Yeah, he will be covert. He will not reveal anybody.
True.
That I am working for. Also simultaneously, I am an Naxalite, but I also am loyal to Mr. So-and-so, the police.
How do you pick them, sir? That's a major challenge.
That is by chance.
So you take the risk out there.
No, we do talent spotting.
Okay.
See, in 1980, November, a group of people broke away from then called Central Organizing Committee of the people, Naxalites.
I think the PWG was formed.
Formed.
Yes.
So that is by a gentleman called Kondapalli Sitaramaya. So see, actually we did not know much about...
Who happens to be your teacher also.
Teacher also in school.
Ironically.
But anyway, we are on the opposite side of each other. So when I went for a border meeting to Maharashtra neighboring district called Chandrapur, they caught hold of some fellow, and there was one magazine called People's War in Telugu.
Okay.
And they said, you are a neighboring SP and you know Telugu, so you take it. So I came back to Hyderabad and read it, in which they openly announced that we have broken away from Central Organizing Committee, we have formed our own branch, and this is, we are launching the revolution. People's War, that is Mao. It's a phrase coined by Mao.
Yeah, guerrilla warfare is what they do.
So they simply said our model is the Maoist People's War. That is the model. So they said our frontal organization among students is RSU, Radical Students Union. By then RSU was quite active in Warangal and in other places.
Later they banned it.
Of course, once the People's War group is banned, all the frontal organizations are also banned. So there was in a place called BOATH, both. It's an assembly constituency.
Yes, sir.
In Hyderabad district, about 60 kilometers southwest of Hyderabad. Some agitation by RSU. So the police arrested the agitators.
Okay.
And they remanded them to custody. There was one young student, hardly 16 or 17 years old.
Hmm.
So that boy was not happy with this kind of arrests and police cases. He wanted to get some government job.
Hmm.
So he once met me.
Hmm.
He said, "Sir, can you drop case against me?" I said, "Of course, I will drop. There's no problem. But you better continue to be
Part of the organization.
part of the organization and keep feeding me.
Hmm.
You tell me where I should come, some neutral place. Ichoda is a junction
Okay.
on the national highway. If you're
Hmm.
going from Nirmal to Nagpur, there is a place called Ichoda. From there, both is about 20 kilometers. So I'll come to Ichoda and some place we can meet.
Hmm.
So you can tell me whatever you want and I'll take care of you. So we used to give him some small 100, 200 rupees. This way back in 1980, 81.
Hmm.
So then he said, "Sir, there is a pressure on me to become a Dalam member."
Hmm.
Dalam member means you go underground.
Yes.
I said, "You go ahead, become a Dalam member."
Hmm.
Then once he said, "I want to meet you urgently." I said, "Okay."
How was the communication center?
Some neutral fellow, some friend.
Hmm.
So he'll be
A civilian.
Civilian, some
Okay.
relation of his.
Hmm.
Mimmal Galwali. They won't mention in what context.
True. True. They shouldn't
So,
also.
so సహజమైతే రేపు రండి యూజువల్ ప్లేస్ అంటాడు వానికి అర్థమైపోతుంది సో ఐ మెట్ హిమ్ అట్ ది యూజువల్ ప్లేస్ ఈ సెడ్ సార్ ఇన్ ఫ్యూచర్ ఐ వోంట్ బి ఏబుల్ టు మీట్ యూ
Okay.
and I want to tell you that on the 19th of April 1981 there is a huge gathering of all the Gonds and other tribals of Adilabad district at a place called Indrevalli. As far as I know, Indrevalli those days did not have any tribals at all.
Hmm.
This was a place where kapas, that is cotton, would be purchased by Marwadis.
Hmm.
And Adilabad was a big cotton growing area. Though the biggest center was Bhainsa,
Hmm.
which is now in
Adjacent.
Nirmal district.
Yes. Maharashtra bordering areas.
This is in fact closer to Maharashtra. This
Hmm.
Indrevalli is
Yes.
closer. So it used to be in season full of Marwadis. Otherwise, just a few non-tribals only. Tribals will live in their ancestral villages nearby on the hills. This is a valley. So I was surprised. I said, "Indrevalli? Yes, we want to put fear into the minds of all the Marwadis. So about 10,000 people will come and they will like to create some disturbance. If possible, attack." So I said, "Okay, we'll make preparations. So you don't have to meet me again in future. Thank you for this information." And the same evening, I met the collector, one Mr. Srinivasan, an elderly gentleman, was the collector. Very practical man.
Okay.
So there is going to be a big gathering in Indrevalli on the 19th. And therefore, we have to make preparations.
Hmm.
He said, "Don't worry. Number one, I will promulgate prohibitory orders under section 144 of the CRPC and will not allow assembly of anybody beyond 5.
Okay.
Now, 5 or more prohibited, 4 allowed. I will send the RDO, who is a subdivisional magistrate, a young man called Ambarish.
Hmm.
He was the RDO. He'll be with you the whole day. So, whatever manpower you want to take, you take."
Hmm.
And therefore, I spoke to Ambarish. He said, "Be prepared.
Hmm.
On 19th morning, after breakfast, by about 8 o'clock, we will leave
Okay.
Adilabad. 55 kilometers is Indrevalli.
Hmm.
We'll stay the whole day. Eventually, if they come, it's our bad luck.
Hmm.
If they don't come, well and good.
Well and good.
Because once it becomes dark, there is no electricity, nothing.
Hmm.
So they can't hold a meeting.
Hmm.
So we waited the whole day. It was a very hot day. Eventually, at 5 p.m., we heard sounds of drums.
Hmm.
That is called, in their Gondi language, Tudum.
Hmm.
Tudum Debba
Tudum
and all
Debba.
that.
Hmm.
So
There was a moment also, right, sir?
Ah.
Tudum Debba moment.
that was subsequent to
Yes,
this
yes, yes,
Indrevalli.
yes.
By the time Indrevalli incident took place, hardly people's our group was 6 months. Not much is known
Very
about them.
nascent stage.
Nascent stage, and there used to be one mythical fellow called Porakala Dora. There were 4 or 5 Porakal Doras, each one claiming to be the real Porakal Dora, but all of them were members of the People's War Group. And by then they learnt the Gondi language.
Okay.
And government servants like the block development officer or Tehsildar, none of them could speak Gondi language.
Okay.
Those days, only Urdu and Marathi. Even Telugu was not known. In 1981, Zilla Parishad meetings were in Marathi and Urdu. No Telugu. Telugu came to Adilabad only after NTR got elected in 83 January. Till then, no Telugu at all in that district. So we all went in the direction of the sound where it came. And at that time we found hundreds of people coming, running. So the RDO and I were in the front. The RDO said, Roko, kya baat hai? He was very good in Telugu but also good in Urdu.
Okay.
So they understand. Gonds do understand Urdu, but they don't talk that among themselves. They speak only Gondi, which is a language very similar to some kind of Irukula Tamil type. Some of the words are Dravidian. It's a Dravidian. Geologically, they are the original aboriginals of that area. Rajgons of Adilabad, etc. Chhattisgarh has a large number of Gonds.
True that.
So, while the RDO was talking to them, there was one speared body of a constable, Sheikh Mehboob, who just fell down.
Right in front of you?
Yeah, in front of the RDO also.
You were the ASP, the RDO was beside you?
And we were talking. We were not mentally prepared for anything. So they just stabbed him.
All of a sudden?
Speared. All of a sudden.
He was dead on the spot?
That we came to know later.
Okay.
Right now, so the RDO said, what is this you're doing? I've come to talk to you. What is your grievance? But somehow they were in no mood, and somebody, obviously they must have been people who are people inside. They insisted on some, brandishing all these swords, spears and all that.
Yeah. Okay.
So the RDO said they are not in a listening mood. We have to disperse them.
Okay.
But there's so many, we were hardly 30 policemen. So then he said, okay, if you can't do lathi charge, fire. So we opened fire.
Open fired into the air?
Initially into the air.
You had tear gas?
But no, we had tear gas all right, but by then it was getting dark.
Okay.
So tear gas and all that. So we were running back. They were chasing us.
The situation was already chaotic.
Very, very, very.
They were in an attack mode.
Right from the beginning.
Okay. There was no scope for any dialogue or negotiation.
They were not interested in talking. They just wanted to show their might to the tribals, saying that we are capable of overwhelming the police and the revenue administration, the RDO himself. So we were running back to the main road. This was, of course, the slopes of the hills. We were running back. So there were a few firings, and after some time they stopped chasing us. And they all went back. Then we found there were many people who were lying on the ground. So we picked them up and sent a wireless message to the hospital superintendent. There are many people who are injured here. I'm sending them in trucks. You gather all your doctors, district headquarters hospital, and see that some care is taken of those who are injured. So we were all... I sent them and I remained there. RDO also remained. Then the collector came at about 12 midnight. He said, don't worry, it's okay. We have tried to be as peaceful as possible. Then the RDO said, If he did not open fire, we would have been killed. We would have been dead by now. He said, okay, it's all right. Then the next morning, the assembly was in session. Mr. Anjaya was the chief minister. And there was a lot of uproar, debate and all those things. I remained in that village. Next morning, the RDO went away. And then I was in touch with I had my additional SP in Adilabad and the hospital authorities. They said there are already some few who are dead. So we had to conduct what is called inquest, which we openly wrote. They died due to police firing, then the post-mortem examination, etc. And all these things were going on. After that, from Karimnagar, my DIG came, Mr. Agala, who later became DGP of Andhra Pradesh. So then he said, okay, why do you want to remain here? They won't come again. They will not come at all. They must have got shocked with this police firing and all that. These tribals also would disappear. But they have not seen all this kind of retaliation. So let's go back. So we went back to Adilabad. Then the media came. Amarnath Menon of India Today, Raj Chengappa, who now nothing but truth or something. He weekly he does it for India Today or not India, some TV channel. So all these fellows came. So I said, you can ask anybody. You can interview all these people who are injured in the hospital, find out their version. And you write whatever you want. I have nothing to know. No. There is no need for me. Then the Home Minister came. He said, is it okay if an inquiry is ordered? I said, no problem, sir. You order an inquiry, we'll tell you. The RDO was very, very sort of realistic. He said, I was the one who ordered the firing. What is there to hide? Otherwise, both of us would have been killed. Already there is one dead body. So that Sheikh Mehboob, who was killed, his dead body, he belongs to actually Hyderabad. So we sent away the next day the dead body to Hyderabad. And cremation, not cremation, he is Muslim. So Dafan Karna, we had to bury him and all those things. That was looked after by his people.
Yes.
So, while the entire media suppressed the fact that it started with the killing of a constable, they went on saying as if it was police. That we have to, they have to sell their news, and eventually nothing sells like blaming the police or the government. So it's okay. So there was an inquiry. The RDO, he insisted on saying that it was I who ordered. If you think it is to be punished, you punish me. There is no question of blaming, transferring my blame. There is not blame. As per my knowledge of law, we had a right of self-defense. So we defended ourselves when one of our people was stabbed. So speared. And also it looked as if he was dead, and so he died also. The inquiry was over, everything was over. Then eventually we managed to get a Gond RDO, one Tulsi Das, who was recruited about previous year. Somewhere he was. So we brought him, the collector told him, see, we have nobody who speaks that language. You are an insider. You act as a bridge. And there had a post called POITDA, Project Officer Integrated Tribal Development Authority. So that RDO was, that POITDA was somebody who didn't know that language. And he went on only helping Lambadas. In 1978, Lambadas who were BCs in Telangana till then were also made tribals. So all the benefits meant for tribals went away to Lambadas. And both my MLAs, Khanapur MLA was a Lambada and both MLA was also Lambada. So they in fact, they spent government funds for fencing their lands and things like that. Not a paisa went to these Gonds.
Okay.
So consequently, they realized that Gonds have got estranged. They are original tribals.
True.
And there was a revolt in 1942 during Nizam's time, which made Nizam appoint a very famous anthropologist called Gustav von Führer Hammendorf.
Hammendorf, yeah.
He lived in a village called Marlavai in the heart of that Gond land.
There's also a statue of him.
Yeah, because he is highly venerated. So he wrote a book, that famous book, Raj Gonds of Adilabad.
Yes.
So there was a lot of effort. And even today, the Gonds don't allow Lambada teachers in the government schools. They simply say, we don't need teachers, but don't post Lambada. So that enmity between Lambadas and Gonds is still continuing. And of course, there was a lot of good work done to ameliorate. And there were many pro-Gond officers posted there. But still, that enmity between the Gonds, Nayakpots, and Kolams, these are the three important castes, aboriginals. And the neo-tribals, that is Lambadas, it continues even today.
The Indrevalli incident was in the early period of your career as the ASP.
No, I was SP.
Okay, you were the SP.
I was the district SP, which is now 4 districts.
Acha.
Mancherial district, Nirmal district, Adilabad district, Komram Bhim, Asifabad.
True.
All this was, the size of my area was larger than Israel.
Yes.
The country of Israel. So it was such a big district.
Yes.
And the headquarters was in one corner. Adilabad was northwestern corner. It was closer to Nagpur than to Mancherial. But I had to go to Mancherial. You have to go either via Kagasnagar or via Nirmal and Lakshadweep, very far at the other end.
Yes, sir. So, like, this Indrevalli incident occurred in the very nascent stage of your career, sir. So, like, looking back, if the same situation was in front of you, would you tackle that in a different manner? Or
not in a different manner, but I would have insisted on every one of my officers, especially sub-inspectors and above, to learn Gondi language. Like, for example, in the old city, we had a large number of non-Urdu knowing people. By 2002, when I was Hyderabad Police Commissioner, I said, if you do not learn Urdu, I'll throw you out. I'll post you to control room. You must learn Urdu. So they learned Urdu. They did not read and write, but they spoke Urdu. It was compulsory.
Okay.
You must know the language of your people. Otherwise, how will you speak? And there will be a big gap between, see, you answer in your Vijayawada Telugu, and that guy, people like MIM, they refuse to speak Telugu.
True.
You would have never heard Asaduddin Owaisi speak Telugu at all so far in your life. So they refuse. So you have to learn their language. Because you are in charge of that area.
Coming to the language part and communication, sir, one of your statement when you were the Hyderabad CP got misinterpreted in Urdu.
Yeah,
that's and that became a huge
was the
controversy.
Beginning.
And in today's times, where there's large scale proliferation of social media, whether it is the social handles, and misinterpretation and misinformation can spread very fast.
Like wildfire, yeah.
So what is the suggestion that you give to young officers?
Fact, my original DCP Central Zone, CV Anand, who was still now Hyderabad Police Commissioner,
yes,
they're all very active on social media. They communicate what they have done with photographs and this and that, how the meetings they have taken, how for example, the Ganesh Nimajjanam, which was originally one-day affair, now spills into 3 days. So they have designed methods of the entire manpower of 25,000 people in 3 shifts.
Okay.
They have 56 to 60 cranes now.
True.
The whole thing, you see, after the end of a major event, there is a debriefing session where the city police records all their failures. What could have been done better?
Okay, that is an internal assessment that they do.
Yeah. Then we write it. and leave it. So that was done in 2002 as well as 2003.
What are your suggestions, sir, for how to handle the communication?
You have to directly communicate. Now the most important medium is the social media. So you be on Twitter, be on
sometimes
Instagram.
It can be misinterpreted also, right?
No, you can write in Telugu also, or you can have a small voice bit, and you can speak what little Urdu you know. Like Anand speaks sometimes some bits in Urdu. C.V. Anand. I don't know about Sajjanar, but he practiced all that. And of course,
So
this is the
policing
second
and
time.
administration is not just about.
No,
so it involves a plethora of other things.
Yeah, including the ability to act, including the ability not to get provoked. You will get,
seem
insulted.
Not to be provoked.
I mean, you have to bear that, carefully, not to reply. There's no point in arguing. Sometimes when there is a chance, they attack you.
True that.
You just wait, that's all. Because there is no point in whatever you want to do, you do legally as per law. You register a case, then you proceed. Then they'll get scared.
Coming to this aspect, sir, like about communication and dealing with sensitive issues, in the year 2003, in the aftermath of Godhra riots, the then Chief Minister of Gujarat, who is the present Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi, so he made an announcement that he's going to visit Hyderabad city for Ganesh festival.
Not quite. Actually, the then president of the Bhagyanagar Ganesh Utsav Samiti, G. Pulla Reddy, who was a good friend of mine, was dominated by all these Marwadi people who were the members of that committee.
Achha.
They said we should get him because he's a Hindu hero. In their perception, Mr. Narendra Modi, the then Chief Minister, is a Hindu hero. When I came to know that these people are planning to invite, I requested Mr. Pulla Reddy, you prevail over them, you get some Shankaracharya, you get anybody who is really a religious man. This man is a politician. And the Hyderabadi Muslims perceive him as a villain. If you bring him, naturally they will be provoked. And that route has 32 mosques. That procession, which goes on for 36 hours those days, now 72 hours. Anything can happen. How long can you control? A small stone pelted from inside a mosque. Then these people will attack the mosque because they are in majority on that day. And Muslims will be confined to their own mohallas and all that. So he said, sir, I am helpless. You do whatever you want. Then I preempted by saying, the Enadu correspondent, he asked me, Modi garu vastunarante em chestarante? Ledandi ayana vaste nenu velli airport, Begumpet was the airport. Those days this Shamshabad was not there. I'll go and salute him and say, sir, you have two options. Either go back in the next flight or you sit in this lounge. I'll sit with you till the procession is over. You are my guest. Ante, you are arresting? What is it? You may think so. I didn't use the word arrest. Then he came with a headline. Modi vaste bedi ilu. Rhyming. Bedi means, handcuffs.
Yes. So that was a statement in the Telugu News Daily. And also the Deccan Chronicle.
Deccan Chronicle, next day they said,
yes, sir.
Are you planning to ensure that Mr. Modi does not address? There is actually a pandal-like thing near Mazumzahi market, that center, there's a clock tower. There they'll put it. From there, Hinduism is very strong. Till that point, Muslims are very strong. So, I said, I would ensure that he doesn't come. Whatever legal methods are available, I will. They also mentioned it in the front page. And
so that made headlines that Hyderabad CP dared to arrest Narendra Modi.
That was their interpretation, but I didn't want to contradict it. Because it helps me. Let the procession be over.
Both ways.
Let the Nimajjanam be over. Then we'll see whether I'll continue as police commissioner or not. If I am removed, I'm removed. See, we are always ready.
But the ruling party then, the Telugu Desam party, was also in alliance with the NDA and the BJP. So there was a politically sensitive atmosphere.
Yeah, but
There
I
are
think
also reports that
then
you...
Chief Minister was quite, I would say, he was not too obsequious or slavish to the BJP. He said, yes, electoral alliance is there. But as far as his own state was concerned, he did not allow the various MLAs and others to dominate.
So he was like more inclined towards preventing communal tensions.
Yeah, because he didn't want his record to be... There was no curfew at all. He used to claim that in my time, you see, all are equal and no curfew at all. We managed.
Chandrababu Naidu.
So that way, he did not allow too much of domination. Mr. Bandar Dattatreya was the Union Railway Minister at that time.
Yes.
But he did not allow them to dominate. We had one Indra Reddy or somebody, an MLA, then Baddam Bal Reddy. So many BJP. So many BJP MLAs were there. He did not give them too much of importance.
So did anybody come up to you and say that, like, why are you making such controversial statements? It is better that you desist from making such statements.
No.
You are higher ups or somebody.
No. Actually, what they said was, one Mr. Gopalaswamy, who was later the Chief Election Commissioner of India and a Union Home Secretary. He had a Namam. He was the Chief Secretary of Gujarat, a Tamil Brahmin.
Achha.
Our Chief Secretary was Mohan Kanda.
Garu, yes.
Who knew good Tamil.
True.
So, my DG, Mr.
He's
Sukumar.
also the relative of Sitaram Yechuri.
Yeah. Sitaram Yechuri's mother is his elder sister. And he was himself son of Kanda Bhemashankaram, a famous judge. So, my DG was Mr. Sukumara. He passed away. He said, you go and meet the Chief Secretary. He'll somehow manage. So, I went to him. I worked under Mr. Mohan Kanda when I was ASP Guntur in 1977.
Okay.
And he was my collector. So, he was very affectionate towards me. He said, you said something. It's okay. I believe the Chief Minister of Gujarat is very unhappy. But I'll do. And then he spoke in my presence to Mr. Gopalaswamy in Tamil.
Okay.
Saying that police commissioner is here. He says he never said anything like that. The word arrest never came. He said he would request him not to come. Anyway, he has been misinterpreted. If your Chief Minister wants, he will give a clarification. Then he gave me a sheet of paper and pen. And said, you write. So I said I was misinterpreted by the media. I never used the word arrest or anything. Who am I to arrest the Chief Minister of a sovereign state? So no question of my using such foul language. If I have hurt somebody, I apologize. So he said, okay, now I'll, those days, fax. I'll fax this to you, you show it to your Chief Minister. So it was patched up. Thanks to the two Chief Secretaries.
Did the Chief Minister call upon you regarding this issue?
He didn't speak to me. So till now, he never raised this topic. But he must have been a little uncomfortable. Because it's an embarrassing position. But at the same time, maybe in the heart of hearts, he liked, I don't know.
He himself made a statement then against him, right?
Yeah, several times.
Yes, sir. So, like, you've worked closely with Mr. Nara Chandrababu Naidu garu. So, how do you look at him as a leader and as an administrator? What are your observations?
He's a very good administrator. Maybe, it's like this. In order to get something, you have to give up certain things. At that moment, you may be under an impression that he's sacrificing his principles. But there is, at the end of the day, a compromise. As they say in Hindi, kuch paane ke liye khona padta. So he would make a mental bargain and say, okay. So right now, for example, you may think that he is a little subservient to the BJP and the Prime Minister. But in return, he is getting so much. the way he gets extra allotments when compared to other states. So to him, his state is important. He's totally committed. He had never any ambition of becoming prime minister or even in central government. He always wanted to be in Andhra Pradesh, and you can see for yourself the entire Gachibowli area to Cyber Towers, the entire stretch, financial district. See, it doesn't look like Hyderabad at all. It doesn't look like India at all. There's so many employees, lakhs and lakhs of employees. And he certainly had a great vision, and he could translate that into. And of course, subsequent chief ministers also, they carried on that vision.
So he's a person more of real politic, maybe.
Yeah. See, a politician knows when to come to a compromise. Because for them, it's not the ego. It is translating the dream into something. So
How was he in closed door meetings, sir?
Normally, he doesn't lose his temper. He's a good listener.
Okay.
He listens. And he never commits himself to an answer. You have done your bit, you briefed. He said, okay, that's all.
Is he assertive when he gives any orders?
No. That he will do only along with his principal secretary, S.U. Prasad or somebody.
Okay.
He'll say, no, I'm against this. So see to it that. So then he will play the mediator's role.
Okay.
S.U. Prasad worked under all kinds of chief ministers.
True that.
All parties. So he would say, okay, sir, I'll go and convince him. So he would go to Indrevalli Janardhan Reddy, who was actually by then a very prominent
very
chief
senior
minister of
personality.
Congress.
Yeah.
He worked with everybody. So he knew everybody. So he would say, okay, if there is something inconvenient.
Would he ask for your opinion, sir? Like Chandrababu garu? Okay.
They are too clever. See, your job is to tell you your perspective. But in the overall things, your perspective is only a small input. They get feedback from several
sources,
and they also leak information. See, supposing they're planning a certain kind of action, they would first leak. When there is too much of negativity, they won't take next step. Supposing he wants to induct somebody into the cabinet, he'll leak.
They'll sense whether there's a backlash or something.
So if there is too much, he will simply will not take the next step of making him a minister. He'll be marginalized. So like that, they are very clever. All chief ministers.
Yes, sir. And you also, as the RTC MD. You were working during the tenure of Mr. Y.S. Rajasekhar Reddy garu. So how is it working with the YSR, sir? What is your understanding about his leadership style?
His leadership is once he commits, he'll keep up his word. Once in a meeting in front of everybody, he was talking about the losses of RTC. I said, sir, the losses are inevitable because you want me to carry so many people free. Students, NGOs, bus passes and all that.
True that.
Therefore,
that's part of their welfare activity.
So I said, therefore, if you want me to avoid losses, you make an independent agency assess what is the loss due to this particular free bus passes, NGO pass or student pass, etc. And you compensate. Mr. Rajasekhar Reddy was advised by everybody saying, we cannot agree for this. This is a commitment of 300 crores per year. Because they knew that
the budgetary burden.
Problem, it's a burden. So the Mr. Rajasekhar said, I have given my word. I cannot go back. So let us implement it. That's all he wrote.
That's the level of commitment. So like you've also been an ardent follower of newspapers. In some of your interviews, you mentioned from your childhood you've been following newspapers very diligently. So like, and also you're an observer of what is happening, the things happening around you. Coming from a leadership perspective and a person who's seen the state from close, what do you think is the leadership style of YSR, sir? Like, what are your observations?
It suited at that time.
Hmm.
For example, the ORR shown to him at the drawing stage. He just then became CM. He said, "What is this? Sir, we need to have a 147-kilometer road all around Hyderabad with at least 20 arterial roads which connect to various important points. Otherwise, Hyderabad roads cannot manage this much of traffic. Already financial districts, etc., were already being created. So there will be a lot of traffic. Therefore, we have to ensure that there is some kind of a bypass. But bypass in such a way, not merely one part, entire thing. So to all parts, north, south, east, west. He said, okay, what will happen? Then the truckloads of goods which are coming from, say, north, say Delhi area or Punjab area to south, need not go through the city of Hyderabad. He said, okay, what is the width? He said, sir, there will be one central divider, 18 feet this side, 18 feet this side. He laughed. He said, how much space does a lorry require? And if another lorry wants to overtake or a bus wants to overtake, and his transport minister, I'm talking about Rajasekhar Reddy, by then had to resign because TRS came out.
Yeah.
So I think, or Divakar Reddy was a minister or something. He had 44 buses.
Yeah, JC Divakar.
JC Divakar. So Divakar, every bus would have a huge name.
True.
So he said he himself has 44 buses to Bangalore. So if you want to make a thorough job, have 100 feet on this side and 100 feet on this side. Then only you will have, that would be 8 lanes, 4 lanes this side, 4 lanes. You require it. The cost will go up 4 times. Yeah, let it. You want to build something which is useful for the next 50, 60 years, then you must have this kind of width. With just a small little thing, then acquisition of land becomes very difficult. Once you already
have
that
long-term vision.
Yeah, he had. And we'll get the funds somehow. So they got the funds. They completed it. In his time itself, it was completed. Initially, P.V. Narasimha Rao Expressway for the Shamshabad airport. And before, I think, he passed away, the ORR was also was complete. So he's one of those strong leaders.
Sir, like as an IPS officer, you worked in different districts, in different capacities. And some of the districts were hotbeds of factionism. So what is factionism? How does it manifest? And from a systemic viewpoint, from a police viewpoint, how did you tackle it? Because there are a lot of stakeholders involved.
Yeah.
The political stakeholders, there are also the factions who enjoy a lot of clout locally. It's a very sensitive issue. So how would you tackle this?
I spent 4 months as additional SP of Kurnool district, which is a very faction-ridden district, in a town called Alagadda. Actually, I was sent there.
The Bhumana family. Bhumana family is
Bhumana as well as Gangula Pratap Reddy.
Yes.
There was a by-election when Indira Gandhi came back to power, 1980, January.
Okay.
So from September onwards, there was a lot of heat generated, and there were Lok Sabha elections also. Pendekati Venkat Subbaiah was the Nandyal MP. And for the Alagadda Assembly constituency, there was a by-election.
Okay.
Where S.V. Subbareddy, the father of that lady who died, there was an MLA's wife.
Yeah.
And there is also father of another MLA who became minister. This Bhuma Nagireddy wife.
Shobha Nagireddy.
Shobha's father was the MLA, S.V. Subbareddy. And this Gangula Pratap Reddy, who later became MP also, he was contesting.
Okay.
So there was a violent sort of campaigning, bombs and all that were thrown. That was the time when the collector, the SP, and I, and the joint collector, we all had to go. After that, the collector and others said, you remain here and you manage the situation. They went back 140 kilometers back to Kurnool. And I was left there. So I had to remain there for 4 months till the election results were out. So that was the time I realized, what is this factionalism? The factionalism is nothing but some two important landlords, generally of the same community. Like this S.V. Subba Reddy is a Reddy, and Gangula Pratap Reddy is also a Reddy. Both have lots of followers among poor people. So they have private armies.
How do they create that clout, sir?
No, they feed them. Because once they capture power, political power, they do all this illicit liquor, they take all contracts, everything is theirs. Winner takes all. That's why they have to win election.
Where does that emotion to kill a person for the,
That is not actually an emotion. They pay and get them drunk and get them killed. They themselves don't come onto the scene.
True.
Nobody ever saw S.V. Subba Reddy coming onto the road or Gangula Pratap Reddy coming. They have citadels. The capital of Gangula Pratap Reddy's empire is a village called Yarragudi Dinne, which is between Nandyal and Alagadda. There is a police station called Sirivella. So in that limit. The capital of S.V. Subba Reddy, who later vacated and gave it to his son-in-law, Bhuma Nagareddy, Shobha and others, and he migrated to Pattikonda. That was Alagadda proper. They belonged to that area. So they had huge rice mills in which there were 18 feet walls. In that they would keep 100, 200 fellows. Lot of food being cooked. Every day some 10 sheep killed and fed. Lot of liquor. They brew their own liquor. In fact, they on the way to Ahobilam, there is a village called Rudraram. That is where they would have this illicit distillation. So that liquor would come, they'll drink. They'll all be waiting for a call. Suddenly they say, okay, let us now go in 10 tractors and attack so-and-so. They attack. The same thing is there in another place called Koelkuntla, which is very close to Jamalmadu. If you go
Kadapa district.
Koelkuntla is in Kadapa district, Kurnool district. Jamalmadu is in
Kadapa.
Where that Bomburu Sivareddy, Gundlakota Sivareddy. There is a village called Gundlakanta. His real name is Pannapuram Sivareddy, but everybody calls him. He was murdered at a wedding in, what is that, Satyasai Nigama. He was also an MLA. So that is another stream. There are two streams of very strong factions. One is the Alagadda one, the other is the Jamalmadu belt. And of course, there is another belt, but where totally YS family dominates. And that is this Pulivendula. It's a domination by one family. There is nobody who can oppose them. Or who could oppose them till now. I don't know. I think even now, Mr. Jagamohan Reddy is MLA, I think. He wins.
Yes, sir. So from a law and order perspective, how do you tackle these situations, sir?
Be impartial, totally ruthless. We had registered cases during 4 months. I disarmed both sides. Both sides, I seized all the illicit weapons. Whenever any bomb was said to be hidden somewhere in some, haystacks, they'll hide them there. I would seize them and burn them.
Sometimes you would have also faced from backlash from the local villagers.
No. The villagers are happy. They are
Okay.
neutral.
Acha.
Bulk of the villagers are peaceful farmers,
Hmm.
merchants, Vaishyas.
Hmm.
What they have nothing to do with this faction.
Hmm.
It is only the Reddys
Hmm.
who are the beneficiaries,
Hmm.
and there is a community called Boyas, very, very poor.
Okay.
Boyas are the followers. That's
Hmm. So, like usually, aspirants or young IPS officers think police service, once you get into the civil services or gain a rank, life is sorted. But going by what you're saying, this kind of hostile conditions that you actually delve in, and also there are some rural areas that you were posted in which did not have proper infrastructure,
yeah.
no proper
Those days,
electricity those
yeah.
days.
But
Yes.
now everybody has.
Hmm.
You see the roads. The other day I went to Yadgiri Gutta.
Hmm.
The first time I went as a student from Warangal in 1963, we had to get down at a railway station and take a tanga and go, and hardly 10 pilgrims per day in Yadgiri Gutta. Now you see how many beautiful hotels, and it's a 4-lane road with a central divider. So things are much better. You can have
Hmm.
beautiful food on the way.
But like during your course in the department, did you ever regret, there's the threat of life at some point of time? Going by the Indrevalli incident itself, anything could happen that day, and sometimes posted in faction-ridden districts,
No, but
sometimes in Naxal
faction
affected.
ridden districts, they don't attack police officers.
Okay, they're very
No,
cautious
you
in
see,
that.
they know that the state, the might of the state is such
They can crush
that
them,
they will unnecessarily,
bring trouble to
uh,
themselves.
they will only try to bribe.
Hmm.
If you are willing to take the bribe, well and good.
Hmm.
Otherwise, they do it in your absence.
Hmm.
Some other where there is no police station, no police presence, then they do. They don't do anything where there is a strong police presence. That is how people like Umesh Chandra, who was killed by Naxalites,
Yes,
was a
sir.
very
Like
successful.
one of your batchmate, KS Vyas,
That is
and
Naxalism.
also yes, sir, Umesh Chandra IPS, KS Vyas IPS, and many other people were shot dead or kidnapped or killed by Naxalites.
Naxalites are an altogether different.
True, true.
See, they are following a different pattern.
Hmm.
So they don't mind killing.
Hmm.
A factionist is not interested in killing.
Hmm.
Like with all his might, Dr. Rajasekhar did not have a single case against him. They are not interested in too much of lawlessness. A miner, for example, you have a mining lease of this much,
Hmm.
10 acres, but you extract maybe 100 acres. That's what Gali Janardhan did. But he got caught because he exported all that through Krishnapatnam port. The customs authorities has recorded everything, whatever he exported. I don't know.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Putting factionism aside, sir, like Naxalism, that was and is one of the major security challenges, right? And during your tenure, Naxalism was a predominant
very.
security challenge. So you also lost some very brilliant IPS officers like KS Vyas or Umesh Chandra IPS. So what was
And
the
one SP Mehboob son of a judge called Pardesi Naidu.
okay?
He was the son of Justice Ramanujan Naidu. He was killed.
Yeah, so going by your experience and exposure, what do you think is the root cause of this problem? And most of the youth were also attracted at that point of time. Now that it is on the declining trend, so what from a law and order perspective, what was your approach? Basically, the government and the department, how would they view this issue? Was it a socio-economic problem that they perceived it as, or a strictly law and order?
Also, no, it was also socio-economic,
Hmm.
literacy, job opportunities,
Hmm.
and exploitation by landlords. Like when I was SP Adilabad, there was one village called Tapalpur in Lakshatipet police station where there was a big zamindar,
Acha.
Raja Pitambar Rao. He was killed by Naxalites,
Hmm.
by Kodapal Sitaramaya and his gang. But this was before I took charge.
Hmm.
His son and his younger brother Younger brother was my minister, C.V. Sudhakar Rao. Gone Venkat Sudhakar Rao. Harvard educated, but a feudal lord. So in Tapalpur, if a Dalit had to walk in front of that Gadi, that is the big palace of the Velamadora, he had to remove his chappals, take them in his hand, and walk barefoot. That was the trend.
Okay.
So once when I was reading the letters written to the SP, there was one fellow who wrote, I was insulted like this. I am a graduate. I studied in Warangal. I came home and I walked with chappals in front of late Raja Pitambar Rao's Gadi. And they found fault with me and reported the matter to the Lakshadweep police station. And that sub-inspector reprimanded me, saying, how dare you walk with your chappals? So I summoned that SI. Nice fellow, young fellow, hardly than 3 years service. I said, what is the crime committed by this fellow? Adatla sir, దొర ఇంటి ముందు నుంచి చెప్పాలి ఎక్కడ రాసింది చట్టం చూపించి నాకు యు షో మీ all are equal. Article 14. Constitution. Have you not read all these things? Either Chautam sir, but this is not practical. You have to go by traditions. What traditions? You are in an independent India. Nizam Zamana Khadidi. So don't do these foolish things. And you go and tell everybody in that village, Tapalpur village, that you are at liberty to walk in front of this Gadi with chappals, no problem. The Doraya and you are equal under law. Not in wealth, but under law. You have a right, that's a public thoroughfare road. He does not own it. So anyway, reluctantly he told, and after some days I transferred him quietly. Posted somebody else, but I told, we have monthly crime meetings. So, as SP, you summon all the fellows, you clearly tell them, this is what law is. Don't unnecessarily go by old feudal traditions. It's not proper. For us, a Dora and a Dalit are the same. We have to ensure that there is equality. If we don't do it, then they have nobody to support them. So, this is the origin of that Naxalism. There are so many sarpanchas who occupied the lands of widows. That widow will go to a Dalam member. He would come and hold a Praja court, insult the sarpanch, and restore the land. This should have been done by
Not
the
justice.
MRO or Tehsil. There were no mandals those days. 1986 mandals came. So when I was SP Hyderabad, etc., it is the Tehsildar and the police who have to do it. If somebody occupies, you go, there is what is called a Naksha, a map with the revenue. Those days it's called Patwari. A tarvat abolished chesara post. Police Patel, Mali Patel, Patwari. You check up where is the border, and that's all. This neighboring widow's land is her land. You can't occupy it. So that is what that famous Chakali Ailamma, now there is a university, Veeranar Chakali Ailamma Telugu University, Mahila University. That is what she did.
Okay.
She opposed in 1942 the zulum by that local landlord. So these are to be discontinued. So Naxalism is a continuation of the 1942 onwards. There was Telangana Saida Poratam. Poratam was withdrawn in 1951.
Okay.
There was a big revolt. They fought against government of India. They fought against Nizam. They fought against Razakars. They fought against Hyderabad State Police. Burgul Ramakrishna, everybody they fought. But then they gave up. Then they contested elections. and got the majority of seats in Nalgonda and Warangal districts,
Yes.
the communists. So we have to act as impartial people. Otherwise, Naxalism it'll come back. It's an ideology.
Sir, as an IPS officer, life is a daily challenge, right? Now, coming to your retirement, how is the post-retirement life, sir?
Yeah,
What do
we
you
get-
do?
we-
How do you keep yourself busy? Because all through the few decades, it was completely a very hectic schedules, hustling here and there. And post-retirement, it's a different scenario altogether.
Fortunately, we get fantastic pensions.
Hmm.
I started on a salary of 400. My monthly pension is 1,80,000 now.
Okay.
So I'm financially quite comfortable.
Hmm.
Number two, this gives us an opportunity to learn new things, do different things. I was in law enforcement for 37 years.
37 long years.
So law enforcement. So I gave up law. I have not even bothered to learn these new laws, Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita and all those things. Enough. So I now take interest in other matters, especially international relations is a subject.
Okay.
Of which,
So more into reading and watching important
reading, watching, including Trumpology.
So but see, looking at from the familial perspective, all through your youth, you were not available for your, not concretely or comprehensively available for your family, whether it is your kids or your wife. So suddenly, most of the time you're at home. So how did they receive your...
They'll find you a nuisance. So you must learn to sort of just be a good observer. Don't interfere. They are experts in their own fields. So be a good observer and they'll take care of you anyway. Whatever you want, you tell them, I want this.
So you were quite cautious about it.
In the first 2 years, your ego is hurt.
True that.
So you feel, I was the center of the whole world.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Now nobody cares for me.
Everybody is longing to meet you, get a photograph with you.
But all that will disappear after some time.
So that's a practical reality.
No, but we have to accept that you see there are other things in life than mere wielding of power or publicity.
And you were one person who never had gunmen with you when you were traveling. Any specific reason for this, sir? Even as CP of Hyderabad, you were going alone.
Because when I analyzed how Mr. Vyas was killed, number one, he had a very predictable behavior. Every evening, Fateh Maidan, that is Lal Bahadur Stadium, 5 p.m., he would go for a jog.
Okay.
Then people can plan. And when he was killed, his gunman was next to him. He didn't protect him. So then I realized, in fact, I was a teacher of VIP security.
Okay.
I escorted the Prime Minister of India 37 times. And in the non-aligned meet, I escorted Fidel Castro.
Okay.
And Yasser Arafat. So their secret is, they will tell the whole world, I'll go like this, but they go somewhere else. There is a high element of unpredictability.
True.
So I felt you should not have regularity. Every day at this hour, walk and all that. Once you have a gunman, especially in that safari suit, and his funny behavior.
You're noticeable.
So they know that you are worth being killed.
True that.
So always go
Makes
like a
sense.
commoner. So that is one way of protecting it. Even now, when you come to my house, there will be no board. M.V Krishna Rao IPS retired. No such thing will be there. Just plot number 191. That's all. Nothing else.
Any important takeaways that you would like to share with the younger generation or the audience per se, sir?
Firstly, of course, to be successful, you need a huge knowledge base. In our time, mere newspapers were sufficient. Now it's not. You have to go deeper, and competition is more. I appeared when there were 36,000 people in 1973 taking the civil service exam. Now 15 lakhs, they file the applications. Maybe 10 lakhs actually come for the prelims exam. So it's very, very competitive. So you have to be better than others.
So what should be the attitude per se? Not only civil services, to be successful or to live
a genuine lover of knowledge. But not necessarily in all fields. Like somebody may like mathematics. I may not like mathematics. I may like William Dalrymple's historical perspective. His white Mughals about Hyderabad, John Kirkpatrick. So something should be, you should be passionate. It can be music, Carnatic music, Hindustani music, Western classical music. But unless you are passionate about something,
Yep.
life becomes difficult.
So you have to chase your passions.
What about you? Your
Yes.
passion?
Thank you so much for such wonderful insights, sir.
Thank
A
you.
lot of things which we are completely unaware of, and this generation who might not be actually knowing these kind of truths and practicalities. I'm sure your insights will give them a wider exposure on what life is per se. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.